Hey everybody, Alex here, out of the park 21 Pittsburgh Pirates franchise, episode number 26. We are back. I apologize for not having a video go up in a little while. Those who follow the channel know we have tons of Steelers related content, and in the middle of football season, things get a little busy. But I have not forgotten about this series, and we are back having completed spring training and ready to start opening day in 2023. Today, I'm going to show you guys the opening day roster, a couple other roster moves that we have made, and I'll show you guys preseason predictions as well. So we'll start with the latter first in terms of what the Out of the Park universe predicts will happen in 2023. Check out the AL standings. Looks like Houston Astros were projected to have the best record in the American League, with Cleveland and Boston winning their divisions. And you see the top hitters, some familiar names: Vlad, Trout, Alvarez, Arenado with the Astros now. The pitchers: DeGrom, who went over to Houston during the offseason, Blake Snell, Nate Pearson, Chris Sale, some very familiar names there. And for the NL, Atlanta narrowly predicted to win the East. Milwaukee, the Central. The Pirates' 76 wins is what the Out of the Park world is projecting us to have this year. They always downplay us. They always say we're the underdogs, and we seem to prove them wrong every single year. So hopefully this is the year, although at least they're not picking us to finish last, picking us to finish third ahead of the Reds and the Cubs. And in the West, of course, the LA Dodgers, the powerhouse, the potential dynasty Dodgers, projected to win the West. No Pirates in the top hitters or top pitchers. Top hitters is not a surprise, really. No Pirate deserving of that honor right now. But no Mitch Keller for the top pitchers. NL Cy Young Award winner. You think Out of the Park might give Mitch Keller the nod there? No respect for the Pittsburgh Pirates, but those are the top hitters and pitchers for the NL. All right, taking a look at our opening day roster, and I have to put this in editing yet. I haven't decided yet, but I'm going to try to put in some new music, because I've had the same song in every single video, and maybe that gets a little grating after some time. So we'll see what happens, but let me know your thoughts in the comments below if you like the new song, or if I keep the old song, if you want me to dump it for the next episode. Anyway, to the starting lineups, and not a ton of changes here in terms of the starters. Let's go through them here very briefly. Chase Pereira, your catcher, started last year. Didn't hit great, got off to a hot start, faded down the stretch, but good defensively. Got him in a trade with the Nationals a few years ago. Ernie Ordonias, our first baseman, taking over full-time after being a September call-up last year and mashing 16 home runs, although he struggled and was very quiet in the playoffs. He'll play first. Kevin Newman at second. He's been in the lineup for several years now, coming off a really strong season in 2022, hit .318, a WAR of 5.2. We may see some regression there. I think that might be a little tough of an ask to have those numbers repeated, but he's a very good player. Brian Hayes really kind of had a breakout year, starting in the playoffs in 2021, but then 2022 was fantastic. Hit .290, only 11 home runs. The power was not great, but gets on base, really strong defensively, and he only had a 5 WAR, so he will continue to start at third base. Cole Tucker will get the initial nod at short. There may be some rotation with Almus and Taylor Wallace. We have some pretty good depth there. I just wish Tucker's shortstop rating was a little better. A 60 would be great, but the bat is pretty good, and I think he'll have a better season than what he even had last year. In the outfield, Ryan Reynolds holding down the fort in left. Kind of a downer year. Last season, I thought he'd be better than what he was. He was great in 2021 in limited action, had a broken hand, missed a good portion of the year. Was largely healthy last season, but only hit .261, but he gets on base at a really good clip, and so that should continue. He only had a 3 WAR with some of the better power on the team. Lolo Sanchez in center field, replacing Billy Hamilton. We'll get to Hamilton here in a second, but Sanchez will get first crack in center. Okay with the bat. Defensively, wish he was a slightly better, but I do like some of the defensive ratings. The range, the error, and the speed is pretty good. And in right field, we have Nick Decker has won the right field job. He was competing with guys like Jimmy Kolenke and Robbie Grossman and some other guys, but Decker had a decent spring, showed some power. Got on base at a good clip, as you see right here, although the average was not fantastic. But we're going to try Nick Decker in right. Not set in stone. Maybe changing that may be a fluid situation, but Decker will be the right fielder. The backups to round out the lineups: Jonah Heim, the backup catcher, got a cup of coffee last year. He's going to get on base at a high clip. Defensively, hopefully he's good enough, but I do like the leadership, and I like to have a high leadership guy as a backup catcher. Kind of a good spot to have that. Enrique Hernandez, the utility infielder. I know it's an overall just 40, but the power's good. The dude can play all over the diamond. Had a decent spring for us, and be a backup first baseman, but can really plug and play anywhere, especially when injuries hit. Taylor Walls and Steven Amos are going to be your infielders. Walls can get some looks at second base because he's better defensively at second, but another guy that gets on base at a really good clip. Nearly had a 1-to-1 walk to strikeout ratio last season. And Amos is very strong defensively. Walls, by the way, will be a pinch runner. And Amos is really good defensively, especially at second and third. And got him to play some shortstop as well. And does a good job of putting the ball in play. And yeah, he had a really strong season with the bat in 2022. Finally, in the outfield, Brennan Davis. He was our Rule 5 pick in the past offseason. Hit well enough at 283 in the spring, although he didn't really walk a whole lot. I think that's just some statistical noise because he should walk at a decent clip with 50 eye discipline and 55 avoid Ks. But versatile outfielder, we're going to give him a shot. He is fragile, so some injury risk there, but we'll see what he can do. He had 256 in AA last year, so we're going to give Brennan Davis a chance as our fourth outfielder. That, of course, means that with Davis making the roster as the fourth outfielder in the final, outfielder Billy Hamilton has been designated for assignment. He's not happy about that. He refuses to go to the minors, so unless he gets claimed, I'm going to have to, I guess, release him. And then I'm going to try to sign him back on a minor league deal because I do want him for some depth. But, I mean, the bat was just so poor. Last year, he had a .98, negative 1.4 WAR, 40 OPS plus. I think that was worst to third worst in all of baseball. And then in the spring, I mean, he had 068, and while the defense is great, the speed is really good, he steals bases, and you want a really good defender in center field. I just can't justify, a guy who I don't even have confidence to hit to the Mendoza line to hit 200. So I'm going to try to bring him back on the cheap. He's a fan favorite. That's going to hurt us from a fan interest standpoint, but he's just not producing at all with the bat, and it just feels like you're giving away an out ahead of the pitcher spot. That's giving away 2 outs, it feels like, and so just could not justify it with Billy Hamilton, but we're going to try to bring him back on a minor league deal. Pitching staff, the starting 5, Mitch Keller will be the ace on the hill on opening day against St. Louis, your NL Cy Young Award winner. Joe Musgrove is showing some regression. He gives a lot more home runs than what I would like. He's not super long for the Pirates. We're not picking up that team option in 2025, so he may be coming down to his final 2 years with the Pirates, and even that might be a stretch. Louise Severino was one of our bigger additions, and I just switched him. Let me switch him back. Severino was one of our bigger additions in free agency on just a 1-year deal. That changeup is regressing, so there's definitely some potential this signing won't go well, but a 1-year deal, it's worth the risk, and so he'll be the number 3 starter. James Marvel, number 4. He'd been on and off the roster last season, was with Boston, original Rule 5 steal that the Red Sox had, but he came back with us and pitched well last season. And Cody Bolton, number 5. Bolton would probably be the number 4, but Marvel hadn't pitched in a while, so I'm pushing him up a single day, but we'll play with the rotation a little bit. Bolton did not have a great sophomore season after a stellar rookie campaign in 2021. And the bullpen, and I have to start with a guy who was in our rotation last year and is now in the bullpen. That is Jackson Koar, who was fantastic. Got him in a deal with Kansas City. I was playing the metrics game, looking at his BABIP, looking at some of the advanced numbers, and he really panned out for us well last year through 18 starts. And then he tore his rotator cuff, missed the rest of the season, or torn labrum, I should say. And when he returned, the numbers, the stuff, and the pitches and all that stayed the same, but the stamina fell from, I think, 55 to 35. You see that in the scouting here. Yeah, current stamina drops from 55 to 35. So maybe he could start. I know the game and stamina doesn't always work correctly, but the stamina is low right now, so I'm going to have to put him in the pen, and we'll go from there. So that's a big disappointment because that really hurts our starting rotation. Rest of the pen are generally familiar faces with Nick Birdie, our closer. Hopefully he just stays healthy this year. Kyle Crick, the setup man. Control's getting a little weak at this point, but he's still hanging on and pitching pretty well. Same with Ordonias Neverauskas, who's always kind of pitched above his ratings, but he's done well, and we're going to keep rolling with it. At age 30, Jeremy Walker, who we claimed off waivers from Atlanta a while back, had a really strong season last year. We'll see if that continues. There could be some regression there. David Bedner, who got in a trade with the Padres way back in 2020, had an excellent spring, had a really strong 2022 overall, so he'll be in the pen. Steven Bralt returns. He'll be in long relief for us and maybe some emergency spot starting. Maybe he'll work his way in the rotation if other guys don't work out, but he's also pitched well the last couple of years. Also kind of not a new face, but a guy who's been spending most of his time in the minors is Gabe Spear. With Bralt being our long relief guy, wanted another lefty. Didn't have any great options, but Spear, Spire, however you say it, is one of them. He pitched in 6 innings, 5 appearances for us last season. Has decent numbers versus lefties. They're actually the same versus righties, but just want to have that lefty specialist. His roster spot's not guaranteed. He was out of options though, so I couldn't just send him outright to the minors. Would have had to DFA him. So we're gonna try it for now with Gabe Spear. One bullpen arm who is no longer a Pittsburgh Pirate is Blake Cedrlin, and that may surprise you because he was lights out for us last year. ERA of just 2.06 in 29 appearances, ERA plus at 2.03. The reason why I dealt him, had a lot of decisions to make in the bullpen again with Koar now getting shifted to the bullpen. But I look at Cedrlin, and again, playing the advanced metrics analytics game, his BABIP was 244, and his career BABIP, pull it up here, even for all levels, is 342. So I feel like he got pretty lucky last season. I know those numbers that he has are pretty strong overall. The stuff in the movement and control is not great, but it's decent enough. But I just can't see him having a BABIP at 244 again, and I think he'll have a worse season and some serious regression. So ended up trading him. He had options left. I could have sent him down, but what I got in return for the trade was starting pitcher Junior Mises. I don't know how we say that, Mises, however we say that, but yeah, starting pitcher. He'll be in AAA to start the year. 23 years old with a good fastball, slider, splitter combination. Not overpowering stuff in terms of the metrics or even just the velocity, 94, 96, but I think a starter who did well in AA last year, so we'll pick him up and give ourselves some extra starting pitching depth again with Koar, regression, potentially no longer a starting option. I want to really insulate ourselves and have as many starting pitching options as possible. And also Blaze Alexander, I think was kind of a big name a couple years ago. Maybe in 19 he just always turned into an all-star, but he'll be some depth at third base. Last thing to show you guys before we start opening day, our DFAs, Billy Hamilton I showed you guys earlier, also DFA'd Alan Cordoba, who got in a trade with San Diego. That was in the Bedner deal for, I believe, JT Riddle several years ago, 2 years ago, but he has not played for us a lot, but just with all the depth we have with Almus and Walls, and of course Cole Tucker, Brian Hayes, Kevin Newman, just really no place to put Cordoba. He was out of options, so he was an unfortunate DFA. Hopefully we can get him to the minors, assuming he goes unclaimed. And the same with Brandon Waddell, who has pitched for us on and off for all 3 seasons, but has an ERA of over 6, was occasionally good for us last year, better in 2021, but just really no home for him. And again, adding some extra starting pitching depth, I was okay with being able just to DFA him. And again, will he get claimed? He may not. If we lose him, we lose him. But if we are able to retain him, then he'll go back down to AAA. With it being opening day, the rest of the Major League Baseball is trimming down their roster to 26. So, of course, we have just a ton of players on waivers. How many total? 94 total. And for us, we're going to put a waiver claim on Brad Week. And I mentioned Spear being our lefty specialist earlier, but now Week may try to be that guy if our claim is successful. See his stuff versus lefties. He's excellent with decent movement and control, 31 years old. Very cheap arbitration, so there's some team control associated with him as well. Last season with the Marlins had a sub-4 ERA and does very well versus lefties. If I change the split here, overall 3.68 ERA, 124 ERA plus. So I was deciding between Week and Adam Kolar, Dodger, who we've seen several times before. He's got really good splits versus lefties, a little worse versus righties, but I'm going to go with Week. It's a little bit cheaper. I like the stuff a little bit better, but we're going to keep Kolar in the back of our head as well if we don't get Week, but I'll let you guys know what happens there for the next video. Alright, check out opening lineups. PNC Park, home opener, first game of the season, 38,000 plus Pirates fans in attendance. Our lineups will be Tucker, Newman, Hayes, Ordonias, Reynolds, Decker, his first start, Major League debut, in right field, Barrera, Sanchez, and of course, Mitch Keller. One last look at our ace. For the Cardinals, it'll be Wong, Kinzer, Carlson, very dangerous, Dylan Carlson, Aquino, Moustakas, White, Bader, DeYoung, and Alex Reyes, who has tremendous stuff and did not perform well last season, unfortunately, but he's looking to bounce back in 2023. So let's take you out to PNC Park for the 2023 home opener. All right, we are finally here, opening day 2023. No, it's been a while, but let's go and start this season off the right way and try to get back to the playoffs. And that's going to start with a hot shot to Reynolds in left field for out number 1. And Kinzer, the catcher, they still have Molina? I don't know if they do or not. Let's check here really quickly. They do. Yachty at 40 years old. He's still going strong, but he has to back up as Keller on a full count will walk Kinzer, the catcher. They bring up Carlson. Very dangerous batter. And that one grounded to second. Will that be a double play? They will get the force at second, but Carlson will reach, and Kinzer is hurt, but he's going to stay in the game. Maybe a concussion there, sliding in the first base or second base, potentially a head for a slide anyway. He's all right. Aquino will come in, the right fielder, to face Keller, as Carlson will take off. Barrera will try to gun him out at second. Close play. He's thrown out. And so that will end the first inning as the Pirates will bat for the first time in 2023. Shortstop Cole Tucker leading things off against Alex Reyes. Good to be back with you guys, calling some out-of-the-park Pirates baseball now that the real Pirate season has ended. As Tucker strikes out, Newman works a 4-pitch walk. Hopefully I'm not too rusty here trying to call these games. It's been a little chaotic here lately as Brian Hayes goes down swinging. So 2 out, 1 on for Ordonias, full-time first baseman. Still some growth and potential with him as that one's hit into center, but Bedner makes an easy catch, and the Pirates go down scoreless in the first inning. Aquino, who was up to bat in the first inning, but did not get to finish his at bat after Carlson was thrown out on a full count. And Keller strikes him out looking. Aquino didn't like the call there, but the ump rules in favor of the Pirates. So hopefully I'll try to get these videos out fairly common to you guys, as that one's a home run. That's going to be Mike Moustakas, the Pirate killer for sure. And the Cardinals get their first run of the season. They will lead 1-0. But yeah, I got a new computer. Have not opened it yet. Have not used it yet. So I'll have some transition time to do that. So that may create a little more of a delay than, of course, just football season in general. But had some time to do a video for you guys. I know people who do watch this series, I appreciate it. And I'm sure you were waiting for the start of opening day 2023. So Bedner strikes out looking. Cardinals get a run, though, thanks to the Mike Moustakas solo shot to right, and they lead 1-0 as we go bottom second. Brian Reynolds leading this one off for the Pirates, down the count 0-2. And he'll strike out swinging, trying to bounce back after not a terrible 2022 season, but not a great one either, as Nick Decker in his first at-bat almost missed it. He will draw the walk, so good eye from Decker in his Major League debut. Barrera, the catcher, the 7-hitter today. We'll hit that to first, and the first baseman will step on the bag for out number 2. That was Evan White doing the duties over there at first. Bring up Lolo Sanchez, center fielder, in his first full year in the bigs. That one hit directly to the shortstop, DeYoung, and the Pirates still without a run as we go top 3. DeYoung, who made the out to end the second, will lead off the third. Deep in the hole, the second. Newman has it, makes a good throw to Ordonias for out number 1. And the pitcher, Alex Reyes, will come up 1-2 count. And Keller strikes out his pitching opponent. Top of the order with Colton Wong, who always seems to give the Pirates a lot of fits. And he will poke that into left at Reynolds' feet for a 2-out single. So like I said, Wong always seems to have success against Pittsburgh. Kinzer, who reached earlier and then got thrown out at second, hurt his head. 1-2 count. That one into center. Sanchez going back over his head, and Wong has a chance to score here. Will they wave him home? They will, and the throw not in time. St. Louis up 2-0 thanks to the Kinzer 2-out RBI double. And so Mitch Keller, who was an ace last year, already allowing 2 runs through 3 innings, and now has to face the dangerous Dylan Carlson. And that's why he's dangerous. That one hit to right, and that one is gone. Dylan Carlson, 2-run shot, 403 feet over the Clemente wall, and just like that, St. Louis is up 4-0. I'm not going to let Carlson have the satisfaction of crossing home plate there. So Keller, not a great start for the reigning NL Cy Young winner. He does strike out Aquino, but the Cardinals, just like that, up 4-0, and Keller leading things off here in the bottom of the third, not having the start that he envisioned as the ace of the staff, the clear number 1 pitcher on this team, and hopefully one of the better pitchers in the National League. Tucker, 3-0. He will draw the walk on 4 pitches, get on base for the first time this year. Let's check out Reyes. He's got a 55 hold runners rating. We're going to let Newman swing the bat here. 3-1 count. Walked in his first at bat. He'll walk in his second. And the Pirates threatening. First and second with 1 out. Bring up the third baseman, Ke'Bryan Hayes. Hayes 0 for 1 today. And Reyes really struggling with the control. Hayes will swing 3-0. That was probably a bad decision, as he will fly out deep in the hole, deep to right near the track, I should say. Tucker will tag and take third. But now there's 2 outs, runners in the corners for Ordonias. All right, chance for the Pirates to get their first runs and try to close this margin as the Cardinals lead 4-0. And Ray is really struggling with that control, and Ordonias will draw the 4-pitch walk. These are just easy for the Pirates. Reyes has already walked 5, but is yet to allow a run. Brian Reynolds will be responsible for putting some numbers on the board for the Buccos. See if he can do it here. 1-2 count. And Reynolds chopped to short, and he will not, as Reyes works his way out of a lot of danger there, and the Cardinals hold on to their 4-0 lead. Mitch Keller, 56 pitches, 3 innings, 4 hits, 4 earned, 1 walk, 4 Ks. And he's got to have a clean inning here. Mustakis, who got the party started with a home run earlier in this game, getting deep in the hole to second. Newman will throw him out. Nice play there by Kevin Newman. And Ordonias to glove it. White, 1-1 count. That one back up the middle. Sanchez sliding grab, doing his best Billy Hamilton impression. A little worried about that defense in center. Will it still be good enough? But Sanchez, a nifty grab there. And speaking of nifty grabs, one of the best defensive center fielders in baseball, Harrison Bader. Down in the count 1-2. He will strike out for the second at bat today. So Keller works a 1-2-3 inning. But the Pirates will need some runs as they trailed by 4. Nick Decker, right fielder, making his debut, looking for his first hit. Got on base with a walk. His last at bat, 0-1 count. Decker, nice hot shot to right, but White makes the grab, and that's an easy play. Rare with the catcher. And there'll be 2 away after he strikes out on the call by the umpire. Bring up Sanchez, full count. And Sanchez up the middle. Second baseman will glove it and get Sanchez by a step. So Reyes definitely has not had the control today, but it's been effective, I guess, ultimately. And St. Louis is still up 4. Long season, though, as that one's going to be a double near the notch. We'll get out there towards the bullpen, so DeYoung will hit a leadoff double with the pitcher coming up here, Reyes. Pirates, though, always seems to be where they have a tough start, they settle in, and they really are kind of a second-half sort of team. Obviously, want to have a better start this year. Just 1 game, long season. As Reyes not bunting there, will strike out. It's an interesting decision. Maybe he tried to bunt and failed earlier in the at-bat. So 1 away here for Colton Wong. He's 1 for 2 today. But yeah, Pittsburgh, tough NL Central. Brewers definitely made some moves this year. Cardinals always tough, as we're experiencing right now. And I can't count off the Cubs or the Reds either, to be honest. So see what Pittsburgh can do as Keller's at 81 pitches. 2 outs with Kinzer, who has an RBI double today. Down in the count 1-2, and Keller will strike him out swinging on the slider. So it's still 4-0. And will Keller stay in? It's a very good question. He's at 85 pitches for a first start. That may be it for Mitch Keller to go 5 innings in a first start like that as they kind of work out their arms a little bit. I'm going to get Jackson Koar warmed up, see what he can do in relief in his first bullpen appearance as a Pittsburgh Pirate. And so let's figure out who I want to put in to sub. I'm going to go with our guy Taylor Walls, the shortstop. See if he can get on base with a pretty decent eye that he has facing Reyes. Reyes has struggled with his control today, but first pitch swinging is Walls to center. Bader over his head. Nice job there for Taylor Walls, as he will rope at least a double to center field, and that will be a leadoff double. Taylor Walls' first hit of the season. Walls is hurt, and he's got to come out of the ballgame, though, so that's really unfortunate. He's off the pinch run for Walls, which is less than ideal because our bench is not super deep. I guess we're going to go with Steven Elmis. Don't really have much of a choice right now. We'll have to check on Walls here in a little bit, and I got to put Elmis here in, would that be the 9 hole, as the pinch runner. So hopefully Walls is not hurt too bad, but at least we have some pretty solid infield depth. Did not have any super big injuries during spring training, as Bader will catch that one for 1 away. There were a couple minor things. I think of Ryan Hayes had something, but nothing too terribly bad. But first game of the season I should check what's going on with Taylor Walls, actually, as Newman has walked in all 3 appearances today. That's 6 walks for Reyes, who's only at 72 pitches. I mean, you go 4 1/3, you have 6 walks, 4 Ks, you're only at 72 pitches because he was only allowed 1 hit. So figure that one out. What a wacky start to his season. Brian Hayes trying to finally make Reyes pay here. He's had an account 2-1. And don't think he will, as that one is a soft pop-up to short. Young makes the catch for out number 2. And Koar will come up here in the 6th inning. But Ordonias, with that power in his bat, 16 home runs in the month of September last year. Down in the count 1-2. Ordonias to left. Does that have distance? And clear the deck. Cannonball coming. Ernie Ordonias. 387 to left. It's a short field out there in the bleachers. And the lead is now just 1 as the Pirates get their first 3 runs. Thanks to the Ordonias home run, it's 4-3. Just mentioned that power, 16 home runs in September. And he's going to be our biggest source of power on this team by far. As we finally get to Reyes and Reynolds. So we'll skip past the diving DeYoung. And so Pirates putting their rally caps on here. Maybe it's a little early for rally caps in the 5th, but either way, trying to finally get to Reyes. Nick Decker looking for his first hit. He's got, I think, a strikeout and a walk today. As Reyes trying to get out of this. And Decker to right, and that one will hang up in the air just enough. Aquino makes the catch, but the Pirates get 3, and they are down by just 1 as we go top 6. All right, let's find out Taylor Wall's injury together. I have not checked it yet. Maybe it'll be diagnosis pending. Let's see what's going on with Taylor Walls. And it is the potential dreaded diagnosis pending. So we will not know what's going on with him. But we know Jackson Koar is coming into the game as a relief pitcher for the first time of his Pirates career after that torn labrum last year. The stamina was not quite there. Very unfortunate with how well he pitched as a starter. But we'll see what he can do out of the Pirates bullpen. And in his first at bat, or first pitch, I should say, first batter faced, Carlson grounds out to Ordonias at first. Aquino, full count, payoff pitch, and Aquino strikes out swinging on the fastball. Just 90, I guess. So the velocity, is the velocity going to be an issue for Koar? Not an overpowering pitcher, but he throws harder than 90. So you have to really monitor that as he's working his way back from that arm injury last year. As Koar poised for a 1-2-3 inning. So nice job there for Jackson Koar. That'll probably be it for him. He's due up 9th, so don't want to work these guys too hard early in the season either. Going to get Jeremy Walker warmed up here for the 7th. New pitcher coming in, Raciel Iglesias, the former Red. I believe, former Red, was with the Mets last year and also with the Rockies in 2021. But signed, looks like a pretty decent deal in the offseason with St. Louis. As Barrera, the catcher. Leading things off, 4-3 Cardinals lead opening day. Bottom 6 of this 2023 opening day. As Barrera with a lazy fly ball into right. Sanchez, the 8-hitter, the center fielder. And he will hit that decent charge to center. Bader going back, and Harrison Bader, I almost made a comment about that 90 range that he has. I mean, that is just a number you don't see too often in this game. 90 center field range, or position ability, I should say. 75 arm. And how many gold gloves has he won? I don't know if I can see it, but you see at least one for sure. So anyway, waxing poetic about the opponent. I shouldn't do that. Jackson Koar's day is done, but our bench is getting pretty thin, unfortunately, so don't have any maybe great options here. Should maybe bring in Steven Bralt to hit a little bit, but we're going to put in Enrique Hernandez, who was out of baseball last year. Don't know what was going on there, but he's in now. His contact is low. Is it really only 35? Man, I did not realize his contact was that bad versus righties. So we'll see how this Hernandez experiment goes, but we do like his versatility. We do like his power. And he's ahead in the count 3-1, and he will draw a walk in his first at-bat as a Pittsburgh Pirate. Can't pinch run because we just don't have the options right now. So Cole Tucker, his mission is to drive Hernandez in, down in the count 0-2, and Tucker looks at strike 3. So we will head top 7 with Jeremy Walker on the hill for the Pirates. As the Pirates will face White, Bader, and DeYoung. As Walker, his first pitch of the season, is a ground out to short Tucker. We'll throw on to Ordonias for out number 1. 6-3 on the putout. Bader struck out twice today. Will he make it 3 times? He will. That one inside corner. Nice job there for Walker. Now he's got to deal with DeYoung. Full count. Payoff pitch. And Walker. Back-to-back Ks. 1-2-3 inning. Pirates looking to at least tie this one up. Iglesias will stay in the game for St. Louis. Newman, Hayes, Ordonez leading things off for the Pirates in the home half of the 7th. Just finished our 7th inning stretch. I always forget to mention that part. Hopefully you participated in stretching, getting some popcorn. As Hayes 2-0. That one to right. And that will be caught by Aquino. Ordonez, responsible for the 3 runs you see on the board right now, with that 3-run shot, 387 to left. Earlier, his last at bat, now facing Iglesias, who has relatively low movement. 0-1 count. Ordonez will hit that to right center. Aquino going back, and he will make the catch. Should I left Walker in? It's a good question. He's at 12 pitches though, so it's not too bad. I'll get Bedner warmed up in case here, but we'll let Walker stay in. Someone's going to try to pull at least a little bit longer than an inning here, I try to say. It's not a good start for Walker. It's Tyler O'Neill, pinch hitter. Was he with L.A. last year? No, he was with St. Louis last year. Okay. Thought he was with the, maybe it's Tyler White I'm thinking of. Anyway, been a while since I played this game, clearly. Colton Wong trying to advance the runner as he will strike out. Nice job there for Walker. As he will face Kinzer. And we'll pitch to him and maybe get Bedner in there to face Carlson. 0-1 count to the Cardinals catcher. That one potential double play ball. And no, can't turn 2 on that. Good collision at second. I thought it must have been an aggressive play by O'Neill to take out Tucker. Because I said the slow catcher there. Really thought I was going to get him out. So do we want to leave Walker in to face Carlson? Let me have my classic one moment here to figure this one out. All right, we're going to put in David Bedner. Walker's had 19 pitches, 1 2/3. I like the movement a little bit better versus the power bat in Carlson. So we'll let Bedner try to get out of this. As 0-1 to Carlson. That one hit the second. Pretty good liner, but Newman gloves it on the hop, and Bedner works out of it, and the Pirates are still down just a run. 4-3, 6 outs to go on opening day. New pitcher coming in, Junior Hernandez, longtime Cardinal. Hit 3.06 average, or ERA I should say, in 54 appearances, 53 innings last season, and strikes out a whole bunch of guys. So we'll try to put the ball in play against him. Bedner will stay in for the top of the 8th. As Reynolds, as he will strike out looking on a change. And now Nick Decker would be a good time for his first hit, though he's walked once today, may do it twice, as Decker works the 4-pitch walk. And now Trace Barrera will come up. So actually Bedner may not be staying in after all. As again, our bench is a little on the thin side. We're down to just Jonah Heim and Brennan Davis. Davis has never had a major league at bat before. But let's cross that bridge if and when we come to it. Barrera, the catcher, up now. Runner on first, 1 out. Pirates down a run. Bottom 8. 1-2 count. Here's the pitch from Fernandez. And Barrera strikes out looking. That's a big K. Sanchez will have to try to have some 2-out magic for the Buccos. They've threatened a lot today. Have not been able to really get the runners home. Sanchez down to third base line, but that one gloved by the third baseman. And the Pirates will leave the walk by Decker right there on the base pass, as it is still 4-3 as we head top 9. And we'll sit Neverauskas down for the moment. Bedner only thrown 2 pitchers that last inning against Carlson. We'll stay in. Face Aquino, 0-3 today. That one hits him on a 2-2 count. That one can't feel good on a fastball. Now facing Moustakas, who got things started with the home run today. Don't want to allow the run. Come on, Bedner. And that one's going to be over the head of Newman. Runner at first had the hold. Will he still take third? He will not. So Aquino, first and second. Nobody out. And now we're going to go back to Neverauskas. And do I want to put Neverauskas in the game? Let's look at his stats here. Ground ball pitcher. I think we're going to make the switch here with Neverauskas ready. Should I double switch? Probably not, because I don't want to double switch. That's a good question. All right, I lied. We are double switching. We're going to bring in Overdos Neverauskas to pitch, Jonah Heim as the catcher, so he will bat ninth, which is what my plan would have been anyway, to have him pinch hit had I not double switch there. So Neverauskas, his duty is getting an out here, getting 3 of them to be exact, without allowing a run. Runs first and second, nobody out, 4-3. Cardinals lead, top 9, 1-1. Here's the pitch. That one potential double play ball, and that will be not a double play. So many chances here. Tucker's hurt. He can stay in the game, though. Thank goodness for that, because they already lost Taylor Walls and did not have Steven Almus, and that would have been bad if Tucker was not able to stay in the game. So hard slides here from the Cardinals. They are going cleats up for sure. Some very Ty Cobb stuff. And so Harrison Bader, runners in the corners. He struck out 3 times today. Does not want to make it a 4th. Aquino with good speed. They want to bring the infield in or have it a double play depth. We'll keep it as is right now. 2-1 from Neverauskas to Bader. That one, potential double play. This has to be it. Bader's got good speed, but they will turn 2. Nice job there for Neverauskas to work out of it. And now it's time for the Pirates to at least tie this one up, potentially walk it off. But they will have to face the dangerous Jordan Hicks. Extreme ground ball, sub-2 ERA last season. One of the best relievers / closers in baseball. Maybe some regression there. But can the youngster Jonah Heim, his first full year with the Pirates, the backup to Barrera, get the Pirates going here in the bottom of the 9th? 0-1 to Heim. Heim, hot shot to second. Do they have a play? They do not. Wow, Wong with a diving stop. That was a missile from Heim, and he beats out the throw to first. Cannot pinch run unless we put in a pitcher. We do not. Well, we have Brennan Davis. We do have a center fielder who could pinch run. So I take that back. He's got good speed. But that would be the last guy on the bench for us. And do we want to do that, especially knowing that we double switch with Neverauskas in the 7-hole? That is a good question. I think we're gonna roll the dice here. We're gonna use our whole bench here. Let Brennan Davis go ahead and pinch run for the catcher Jonah Heim, who did his job. Hicks hold runners rating is 50. We're not going to steal. We have some good bats up right now. Maybe try a hit and run. Davis steal rating is not great. We're going to just let Tucker swing away here. Tucker trying to do something. Tie this game up. Tucker to center. It's in the air. Bader coming in. 1 away. Tucker cannot do the job there. Kevin Newman, who's 0 for 1 with 3 walks today. I will take a 4th. I will take a hit as well. 3-1 count. And Newman, 4 walks today, I believe. Let me double check that because that is such a crazy... Yeah, 4 walks today, 1 strikeout. Partridge in a pear tree. Pirates trying to tie this one up on opening day. Some late inning, 9th inning drama to start the season. Brian Hayes, third baseman, facing Hicks. Runners first and second, 1 out. Pirates down a run. 2-2 to Hayes. Hayes will get that pass to third baseman. Will Brennan come in and score? We will hold the runner. Maybe that's a mistake. But I do not want to take a chance with Carlson throwing out Davis, whose speed was good but not great. Bases loaded for Ordonias. He's feast or famine. He strikes out a lot. He hits a lot of home runs, as we've seen today. Oh, just holding that runner. I should have checked the arms. I didn't know Carlson's arm was that bad. I don't know. Maybe that was a mistake. We'll see if it was. I need to get some guys warmed up too, I suppose. Neverauskas could stay in, but I'm going to just... see what happens here. All right, infield in. Bases loaded, 1 out. What a way to start the year. Ordonias versus Hicks. Is this either going to be a strikeout or a grand slam walk-off? Those are the options. Full count. Payoff pitch. And it's a balk. They're going to call it a balk, and so the run will come in and tie the game anyway. A full count balk. The game is tied at 4. The winning run is 90 feet away. Ordonias just has to put this in play. Brian Reynolds is on deck. All right, we'll try the payoff pitch again. Unbelievable start to the season. Ordonias, that one will get to the shortstop. It will stay in the infield, and so Newman cannot score. The game remains tied. And now it's up to Brian Reynolds, who struck out a couple times already today. And now the Cardinals can relax, kind of play their infield normally. Man, that gets through DeYoung, and that is obviously game. So Brian Reynolds has to be the hero now. 0-2 count to Reynolds. Bad spot to be in. He will strike out swinging. So the Pirates tie the game on the Jordan Hicks balk. We will go extras to start opening day. What am I missing here? Oh, no, I'm missing a catcher. Oh, this is bad. Oh, no, I totally screwed this up. I wasn't even thinking about that. Okay, well, I'm gonna need a minute here, clearly. Oh, no. Oh, no. Alright, so mistakes were made. I should not have pinch run Jonah Heim, because now we don't have a catcher. I went through the entire team that was available, the batters and the pitchers, the bullpen arms, and the starting pitchers, and only Brian Reynolds has anything above a 2020 catcher rating, catcher arm. He has a 20 catcher rating, he has a 25 catcher arm. So he's drawn the short straw. He will come in and play catcher. Brennan Davis stays in the game to replace Reynolds in left, and Neverauskas is... I'm sorry, Overdos Neverauskas. Your ERA is not going to be your fault here. So I'm going to sit Crick and Birdie down for the moment. We're going to have to hope and pray. I had a game in 19 where they had a catcher in that had no ratings and did okay. So I'm going to really hope that that's the same story here. So let's see what happens, how many wild pitchers there are. Can't let anyone on base because they're going to run like crazy, and as they should. Brad Miller coming in to pinch hit. 2-2 from Neverauskas, and that one hit to right center. Sanchez going back and makes the catch for out number 1 in this wild 2023 opener. That's 100% my fault. I actually have a pitcher in the minors, Logan Gillespie, who can play catcher. He's a starter, reliever kind of guy, but he also has some catcher ratings, so kind of wish I had him on the roster right now, but I do not. So 1-2, Neverauskas against Goldie, and Reynolds catches him with the strikeout. So, all right, so far, not so bad. Colton Wong coming in. 1-2 again. Neverauskas winds and deals, and that one hit to third deep in the hole. Hayes will glove it, and low throw. Nice glove by Ordonias. So having our left fielder play catcher has not been disastrous so far, but man, we gotta have the walk-off right now for sure. As Neverauskas stays, it's gonna be done. We'll get Birdie warmed up here. And we don't have, well, actually, we don't have anyone on the bench, though, either. We could bring in Bralt. Bralt will probably be our next option in terms of a hitter. Anyway, Nick Decker hit a walk-off home run and make my stupidity a little less stupid. 2-2 to Decker, facing Gallegos. So Hicks stays is done, as Decker will strike out. Neverauskas, he cannot stay in. Let me get Birdie warmed up. And Steven Bralt will have to come in to hit for Neverauskas, because we are out of position players. Bralt can hit a little bit. I'll show you his ratings here briefly. It's not great, but it's not terrible either, especially for a pitcher. So Bralt, a good athlete, hit a walk-off home run. I'm going to just keep calling it, try to speak it into existence, and it didn't work. As Bralt will strike out swinging. So Sanchez coming in. I don't know if we can have another inning of Reynolds at catcher and get away with it, as Sanchez strikes out. Gallagher strikes out the side, so we'll head... Oh, man. Bralt could actually stay in if we wanted to, but I'm going to bring in Nick Birdie. Who's left in our bullpen? It's Crick and Spear. The only other bullpen arms we'd have left after this. So Birdie will come in to pitch. And his control is a little bit better. He'll face Kinzer, Carlson, Aquino, getting to the heart of the order. That's a recipe for danger. 1-2 from Birdie. He'll deliver and strike out whoever that is. That is Kinzer, the catcher. Carlson, who is 1 for 4 with a home run today. 0-2 from Birdie. And Carlson strikes him out swinging. Reynolds, what a job he's doing behind the plate. Aquino, he'll put this one in play, it appears, and hit that one well to right. And you knew that was coming. Aquino, 2-run home run to right, just over the Clemente wall. If they made it 21 feet, actually 21 feet, I think it is. If they made it 22 feet, then I think that one would have stayed in. So, 5-4. Birdie facing Moustakas. 2-1 count. Shift is on. Moustakas hits into the shift. Ordonias, will he have the play? He'll try to step on the bag, and he will get there just ahead of Moustakas. But the Pirates will need a run, and they'll face Gallegos again for the bottom of the 11th. And it's Brennan Davis. Will have his first career Major League at-bat, right? Yeah, his first career at-bat. Has not had one yet. He scored the tying run on the Hicks block. Full count from Davis, or to Davis, and he will draw the walk. So we do have the tying run on base. So I want to try to hit and run here, but I want to play for the win because of this catcher situation and just not having really a whole lot of options. So We're going to go ahead and swing here with Cole Tucker. Tucker looks like he's going to put this in play, and that one's going to get down. I think it will. In front of the right fielder, makes a diving play to try to trap it. Davis will take a wide turn but hold at second. So the Pirates needing a run, have runners first and second, nobody out for Kevin Newman, who has, again, 4 walks today. I'm going to get Crick moving around just in case here. Kevin Newman, can we call 5 walks today? 3-1 count. We'll see. Newman swings on the 3-1. He finally wanted to put one in play. That is a pop-up infield fly. Probably on. It is. So there's one away. First and second. As Gallagher stays done, Chris Ellis will come in for St. Louis. I know infield fly rules. I don't know to not take your only catcher out of the game. Good start to the season. Brian Hayes trying to play hero. He's 1 for 5 today. That one gets away. Speaking, they have the catcher problems, not us somehow. So runners will advance 90 feet, second and third. One away. Hayes a chance to tie the game. Tucker represents the winning run. 1-2 to Hayes. Hayes will strike out swinging. Man, not a great day for Hayes as Ellis gets him. And Ordonias, feast or famine. He was up earlier with the bases loaded, and I think he struck out. And that was when the Hicks had the balk. So for second and third, 2 outs. What a game this has been. Ordonias trying to tie this one up. Ordonias to short. That will be thrown to first, and the Cardinals will win a wild one, 5-4, here on opening day. All right, take a look at the box score of maybe the craziest opening day I've ever played in Out of the Park, certainly on this channel. And I think this graph says it all of how many chances we had to win this game, could not capitalize, and so we will lose the opener at home on opening day 2023. Aquino ultimately hit the game-winning home run off a birdie on the top of the 11th, and the Pirates threatened so many times but just could not get anyone across despite having their left fielder play catcher. That actually kind of worked. It didn't. There weren't any big consequences to that, but take a look at the box score here. Cardinals, 8 hits. Again, that was Moustakas with the home run. They had the long ball going with Carlson, Moustakas, Aquino, and for the Pirates, nobody had more than 1 hit, 6 hits as a team. Ordonez had the runs with the home run, and then the balk from Hicks walked in the final 4th run for the Pirates. Take a look at the pitchers here. Reyes, not have a good game, but did enough, I guess. 5 innings, 3 earned, 6 walks, 4 Ks, a home run. The bullpen actually did a pretty good job overall, sans the Hicks balk. And for the Pirates, Keller did not have his best day. 5 innings, 4 earned. Did strike out 8, but allowed 2 home runs. Koar did well out of the pen. That's a good sign. Same with Walker. And Birdie allowed the eventual game-winning home run. So, glad to have a video out with Walls. Also injured, diagnosis pending. We'll check on that in the next video. I will go out there and play about the first month or so and then check back with you guys, and hopefully we're in a decent place for the Pittsburgh Pirates. But really glad to have this series back, and we'll try to have it as often for you guys as possible. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.